whether any arrests have been made. Sorry, Mr. Speaker, my machine is misbehaving. This machine. Sorry, Mr. Speaker. Yes, I got it.
You can read from the hard copy being handed to you.
Thank you, and thank you to the member of Molo, who is my neighbor and my friend, for assisting. Let me take it again, Mr. Speaker. Could the Cabinet Secretary, number one, explain the steps taken by the ministry to investigate allegations of child sex trafficking in Mahiu, Nakuru County, in light of the media expose released on 4th of August 2025, and clarify whether any arrests have been made of the individuals implicated in the trafficking. Number two, provide a report detailing the number of children being trafficked and explain why security agencies, including the Inspector General of Police, have failed to take immediate action on the matter. And finally, Mr. Speaker, state the measures in place to rescue and rehabilitate the affected children back to society, including steps taken to ensure their safety and psychosocial support. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Minister. Minister.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'd like to respond as follows. Regarding the steps being taken by the ministry to investigate allegations of child sex trafficking in Mahiu, Nakuru County. Mr. Speaker, following allegations of trafficking in persons involving children for purpose of sexual exploitation in Mahiu town, Nakuru County, through a viral BBC, just, Mr. Speaker, I don't know if it is with your indulgence. Anyway, I'll raise that later, now that you have consultation. Mr. Speaker, following the allegations of trafficking in persons involving children for purpose of sexual exploitation in Mahiu town, Nakuru County, through a viral BBC documentary, officers from anti-human trafficking and child protection units were deployed. On 6th August 2025, 4 witnesses were interviewed and their statements recorded. Neema, Selina, and Mary Nyambura Njeri, who had both been interviewed in the BBC documentary, posing as victims of child sexual exploitation, as well as Millicent Muturi Wairimu, the chairlady of commercial sex workers in Mahiu Township, and Jane Wamuyu Kungu, caretaker of Tamasha Lodgings. The 4 stated that they had been approached by the BBC investigative journalists who requested them to identify vulnerable girls aged between 17 and 21 years for a purported foreign sponsorship program. On 7th August 2025, the team summoned Lucy Njoroge, alias Baby Girl, a former commercial sex worker who now works with NGO called K-Note as a volunteer peer educator based on Karagita Health Center. Lucy had in the BBC documentary, Lucy had featured in the BBC documentary based at Karagita Health Center. I'll take that again, Mr. Speaker. Lucy had featured in the BBC documentary claiming to rescue and assist street girls and sex workers. She stated that she lives with 4 young women whom she rescued from the streets of Naivasha. Michelle Wanjiku, who is 20, Lilian Wairumu, 19, Elizabeth Nyambura, 24, and Mine Njeri, who is 22. All 4 were interviewed, their statements recorded, and copies of their identification documents were obtained. The investigators proceeded to Karagita Health Center, where K-Note operates an office used to store contraceptives and maintain related records. Lucy was confirmed to be a liaison officer between K-Note and the health facility. On 8th of August 2025, the team interviewed John Kamau Kinuthia, the Naivasha Sub-County Gender-Based Networking Cluster Coordinator, who collaborates with several organizations including Life Broom International, K-Note, Disability Resource Information Center, Naivasha Partners for Change, Young Men in Championing Ending Gender-Based Violence, and YMCA. He confirmed having introduced Lucy to the BBC officials. To date, 14 witnesses have been interviewed and their statements recorded with relevant documents obtained, All locations featured in the BBC documentary have been identified, visited, and documented by the crime scene investigation team. The BBC crew members have been identified as Njeri Mwangi, Stephen Ruiyi, Anthony, Zipporah Ndinda, Kagunda, Beth Wamboi Waidera, Anastasia, and Nick Milne, a foreign national. According to the witnesses, BBC representative promised substantial payments and lifestyle benefits to those who were involved. Investigations have further revealed that the documentary footage was recorded in Mahiu and Karagita. Witnesses were linked to one another in various capacities within the sex work community. Millicent Wairimu, the chairlady of commercial sex workers, confirmed that she had been approached by the individual known as Snorina, with whom she had previously worked at North Star, and thereafter introduced her fellow sex workers, Judith Wanjiru Njoroke, alias Chepto, and Caroline Kinyanjui, alias Nyambura, and Jane Wamuyu Kungu to the BBC team. Jane Wamuyu, upon learning of the arrangement, involved her daughter-in-law, Neema Selina, while Millicent also sourced 3 other girls, Faith Weta, Mary Njoki, and Faith Njeri. The Weta is, I'm sure. The speaker.
I'm sure it has nothing to do with the speaker.
Yeah, we are yet to confirm, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker,
yes, TJ. Yes, TJ. Give him the mic.
Mr. Speaker, sir, is the minister in order to suggest that the Honorable Speaker, aka Papa Waroma, could be or is inferred to be a suspect? And is there active investigation going on in this matter, and how far the investigation has reached, Mr. Speaker, sir?
Mr. Speaker, whereas the Speaker, as the Speaker of this House, is not involved, we cannot confirm whether Faith Weta is related to the Speaker in any way. And it doesn't mean that there is any impropriety on his part. I'm just saying that this is a name. It could be from the same clan, neighborhood. It could have also, somebody could have named his daughter after the Speaker. But
there are very many people who have named their children after the Speaker.
After the Speaker, yes. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Out of admiration.
It is very important, Mr. Speaker, to clarify that it is only out of admiration. Now, Mr. Speaker, that is, let me take that again. So, Jane Wamuyu, upon learning of the arrangement, this arrangement involved, financial exchange and so forth. Jane Wamuyu, upon learning of the arrangement, involved her daughter-in-law, Neema Selina, while Millicent also sourced 3 other girls, Faith Weta, Mary Njoki, and Faith Njeri, who is yet to be traced. Faith Njeri is yet to be traced. Lucy introduced 4 girls to BBC team. Alice Jambura Nyawira, alias Naserian, stroke Elizabeth Nyambura, Mine Njeri, Lillian Wairimu, and Michelle Wanjiro. The investigation has established that the BBC team primarily sought underage girls involved in sex work. However, some of the girls allegedly falsified their age to qualify for the promised sponsorship. 2 women identified in the documentary as Cherop and Nyambura were confirmed to be Judith Nyambura Njoroge, a sex worker in Mahiu for 2 months, and Caroline Kinyanjui, who had operated there for 2 years. 2 women portrayed in the documentary as child traffickers, identified as Judy and Caro, were reportedly promised significant sums of money and have since relocated to unknown locations. No arrests have been made so far, but investigations are ongoing, including obtaining financial records and call data to link all involved parties and tracing missing witnesses. Concerning reports detailing the number of children being trafficked, Mr. Speaker, the police, through anti-human trafficking and child protection units, commenced investigations immediately upon receiving the report. Several witnesses have since recorded their statements to assist in investigation to identify and rescue minors involved in the sexual exploitation scheme. Preliminary findings indicate that some of the girls interviewed by BBC falsified their age to qualify for the promised sponsorship, as the BBC team was interested in underage girls engaged in sex work. The matter remains under active investigations, and upon its conclusion, appropriate legal action will be taken against individuals found culpable of any offenses. Mr. Speaker, on measures put in place to rescue and rehabilitate affected children back to society. Mr. Speaker, there is no denying that cases of child sexual exploitation exist across the country, particularly along Northern Corridor, which serves as an international transport hub. While it's possible that the BBC crew aimed to shed light on these issues, it's now apparent that the documentary failed to meet the intended purpose due to falsified information from several interviewees. Although prostitution is illegal in Kenya, it remains widespread, with sex workers openly soliciting. Additionally, access to hotels and lodging facilities is largely unregulated, with inadequate measures in place to prevent minors from gaining entry. We have issued clear and firm directives to our security teams on the ground, including officers from the National Administration, to take decisive action against the child sexual exploitation and human trafficking across the country. Mr. Speaker, upon identification of victims, the government, in collaboration with other stakeholders, will implement the following measures to support and reintegrate children affected by abuse and human trafficking. 1, the Child Protection Unit will actively pursue a rescue of victims and facilitate the placement in safe environment, including private rescue centers, children's homes, and postal institutions where applicable. 2, the Children Protection Unit will provide psychosocial support services to address the emotional and mental well-being of the victims. 3, victims will be subjected to thorough medical examination and offered appropriate treatment to ensure their physical health and recovery. And finally, continuous follow-up and monitoring will be undertaken to ensure the safety and successful rehabilitation of the rescued children into the society. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Mr.